you ever noticed your kids talking to their imaginary friends? Did you ever wonder if maybe it was your mother or father or some other relative that passed on? Well, I have to tell you that this is actually the truth. Oftentimes, the grandparents or other relatives who pass on are present with your children simply because your children are closer to heaven than you are and they're open to it. About 12 years ago, in 2004, I had this book that I came up with. Like everybody wants to write a children's book. But this book I think is special when you're wondering who those imaginary friends are and how your kids connect with people on the other side. It's called Grandpa Willie and Rover Rex Fly a Plane. And this is the first moment that I'm actually reading this in public to share with the world. So this is based on my grandfather and my grandmother and a little boy who has a wonderful time playing with his grandfather. The title is Grandpa Willie and Rover Rex Fly a Plane by Joy Lucinda Klein. So here we go. There goes Grandpa Willie, always trouble in the brew. And every time I see him, Rover Rex is there too. I saw him in the yard over at the east side. He was waiting with his shining grin. We were going for a ride. I saw the old crop duster plane all shiny yellow new. For us, this wasn't at all insane. The seats were built for two. He buckled me into the seat tight, and I put my goggles on. Started up the propeller. The engine was ready to run. Rover Rex had goggles too, and a flapping red scarf. The wind blew and blurred my view, but left and right I saw so far. Climbing into the sky, I looked down below. I couldn't believe how high we could fly, like an eagle or a crow. Grandpa said, "Ho ho, what a beautiful day." And then he said, "Uh-oh," as we floated toward a huge bale of hay. The engine sputtered and strained, then quit altogether. Rover Rex gave a whine, and I held onto my tether. But we glided down gently, like a gliding bird in flight, right into Farmer Joe's barn. Such a scary sight. The huge pile of fresh-picked hay was there to cushion the fall, but we still kept moving forward and lightly hit the barn wall. We were all okay, but the landing was definitely rough. The grate in the front of the biplane just simply fell off. This didn't discourage Grandpa Willie, his smile all a grin. Even now he was really silly, and he said, "I have a plan." Farmer Joe, for years and years, had an old tractor beside the barn, waiting there with rusty gears, waiting for Grandpa's magic charm. Grandpa said, "We'll use the grate, we'll use the front as strong." Rover Rex gave a trusty bark, and Grandpa said, "Come on." I helped him lift the metal off in the old broke biplane motor. Two headlights looked like small eyes, but fit great behind the propeller rotor. Once all was set and screwed on tight, Farmer Joe bid us goodbye. Ready to go, but what a sight, a tractor plane in the sky. Grandpa and I laughed and slapped our legs and chuckled all the way. We talked about Grandma Opal. What was she going to say? There she stood, hands on hips, as we landed in the yard. "Willie, another one of your crazy schemes?" He said, "Yes, and here we are." Grandpa Willie sauntered over and kissed Grandma on the cheek. Rover Rex ran with vigor and quickly licked her feet. Grandma blushed and smiled a bit, and then we all went in. Over a plate of cookies and milk, we said how fun this adventure had been. Later, Mom and Dad picked me up. I told them the whole tale. They both listened thoughtfully and laughed about flying into the veil, but then my mom had a tear in her eye, yet the smile remained. See, Grandpa Willie was her dad, and he couldn't have flown that plane. Grandpa Willie had gotten sick and had gone to heaven. My mom remembers it like yesterday. He was 87. But when I go to Grandma's house, Grandpa Willie is always there. And his companion Rover Rex, they are quite a pair. We play for hours every time, and Grandma knows he's there. But my parents see only me, talking to nobody, into the air. But they know by the stories I tell who I truly see. I describe the smile of Grandpa Willie exactly to a T. I'm so grateful that you could hear this beautiful poem that somehow came from, I think, a higher power to be shared with you, and to trust that you, child, and you can actually find solace, fun, and peace from the loved ones on the other side. Please go to my website, www.joylucinda.com, and book your intuitive medium session today so that you can restore joy